You shouldn't have to change the key.
So I just think that the key is separate from the one that if I go to the page, right? So I don't think it's the same.
When I tested it, it was the same and it never changed. And mine just immediately started for the first time because I already had the live streaming tab open for YouTube.
Oh, nice.
You know, Hippo stopped streaming on YouTube because it was destroying his channel.
Dude, I mean, YouTube streaming is very interesting, man.
Interesting,
We are
more
now
like
live on YouTube.
terrible.
Volatile. Interesting meaning volatile.
YouTube doesn't care
ups and
about
downs.
live streaming. Is the weird
We're
thing.
live on the Twitch. Yeah,
We
yeah,
actually
yeah.
never decided what we're drinking today.
It's number 14, isn't it?
Yeah, we're doing number 14 of the Flaviar.
All right,
Yeah.
I gotta grab
Yeah.
that.
Go ahead and get your fingers in there. Welcome,
Put it
everybody.
right into that box.
Welcome, everybody, to the place where we wait until we start the stream to start popping bottles.
Oh yeah, we're well, we were running late, and you know we had to kind of get ahead of the curve here and
Make sure
open
our
up
time
number
and our
14.
clothes had to coordinate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
What'd I miss? For a second, I thought I didn't have this one because I already accidentally opened the door for it, and but it was there.
Well, god dang.
And now I'm gonna scare myself next time because I opened 15. Will repeat. What do we got
Will.
today? What is this one?
I don't know. What is it?
It does.
So
Does it not say on here? Does it only say on our bag?
it's only says in the booklet.
Yo,
Only
we
in
could
the
like, we could play a little game. We like
gonna
guess
play a
the
game?
whiskey type. Like, is it a whiskey? Is it a bourbon? Is it a rye?
I've done that before with y'all. I'm down for this.
Let's do
I'm
it.
down
wanna
for
play a
this.
little
Don't
game?
look at it.
I
Don't
look
I'm
look
at
at
not.
it.
I'm not looking. I'm
Okay.
not
the book,
opening the
yo.
book. I'm just
I cheated.
pouring.
I kind of know what this
What
one
did you
is.
say?
That's okay. It's okay for you to know. I don't know what I said. What did I say?
I thought you said. I thought you said something.
Oh
Never
no.
mind.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Probably not.
No.
If you thought I said something, I probably said nothing.
I thought you said something.
Nothing.
Oh, did we pop this thing open?
We did. I did.
Yep.
I did.
It's
Mine's
going.
poured.
The game has
It
begun.
smells very sweet.
Oh wow.
interesting.
It really does. Bourbon. Do I get extra
go-
points
wait, hold on.
for answering first? Do I get that was like less than 5
Wow.
seconds. Do
Yeah.
I get extra points?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
If you
cool.
get it right really, really quickly, I'll give
Bourbon.
you extra points.
This is bullshit.
Nat, you're losing points as we
No,
speak.
you're making up the rules as we go.
No,
I
we
smell- okay.
we had like a whole long list of all 1072 rules that we went over. That's why we're late. It took us 14 minutes to go through all those rules.
We did. We have a booklet now.
We're
This
gonna
is
share that booklet later. So
my
stick around. not clickbait, fish bait.
If I guess one of the
Cord bait.
top 3 ingredients, do I get extra points?
Yes.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm just
Honey.
guessing bourbon.
What did you guess?
Honey.
Huh? One time, I gotta tally up some points here.
That was
by the
mostly a
way.
laugh. Sorry.
I gotta tally up some points. Let me get.
Eric is coming up with this game as we fucking fly.
Black
yeah.
Currant.
Eric's like, oh my
Black
god.
Currant. Did you hear me, Judge? Black Currant.
Black currant, you mean?
Yeah.
No,
Currant?
not like past and present black. Black Currant.
No, Anthony,
Wait, what are you talking about?
black currant is not pronounced currant.
Of course
It's
it is.
black currant. Because the English language is garbage.
We're not talking about the ocean
Anthony,
right now, Nat. What-
Anthony.
this isn't
Anthony,
this
I
isn't the
understand.
Black
No,
Sea.
No. I
We're
get
talking
it.
about-
I get it. I get the joke. No, I'm on the sea. I'm on the ship that you are sailing off the cliff of this joke. I fully get how stupid this is.
Nat, okay. Homework assignment. Have you ever watched Whistling Diesel?
Whistling
This is
Diesel.
decent.
Have you ever watched Whistling Diesel? Because
No.
he is influencing my comedic style, and it is just and you're not ready for it.
No, obviously not. This thing has not nary a leg to stand on. Actually, no, it's pretty. I guess it's pretty thick. I don't know, man. This
I
thing runs
do.
Oh, it's
pretty fast.
extremely
I will
thick,
say,
dude.
I do get what you should be getting to guess the genre of whiskey that they're looking at. So right now, we have
You said
a
genre
battle
of whiskey. Is
going
it a whiskey?
on. Well, everything in this box is a whiskey.
Are we
Oh,
doing
yeah,
this
you're
all
right,
off
you're
of
right.
smell?
Right
Is
now,
there
right
three
now.
phases to this? Like,
there are 2 phases of this. Actually, sorry.
well,
there
what's
are
the third
3
phase?
phases of this. There are 3 phases. So the first phase is the nosing. You got to nose it. You have
Toss it out.
few different categories. Yeah,
Oh.
toss it out.
don't.
But you have a few different
it out.
categories. You have the individual notes of smell that you get. You have the genre of whiskey. You have the proof of the whiskey. The company is extra bonus points.
How many points do you
Any
get for
finishing is
missing
extra
all of
bonus
that?
points. So we're starting. We're gonna judge it similar to.
Can I drink it yet?
It's going to be
No,
a
not
0-based scale. So essentially, you're going to get 1 point for any correct thing that you get.
I'm gonna test
Right.
something real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Then you have the second.
That's
phase,
cheating.
which
You
is
brought in
tasting.
another source.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's cheating, obviously.
No. Anything.
No,
that you
wait,
need to
it's
help you with
fine,
this
Nat.
is fine. It's fine. You have a nosing kit.
It's
Anthony.
fine,
Like, what are we
Nat.
talking
I'm just
about?
gonna start
Yeah, it's
smelling
fine.
something else.
Whatever, Anthony. Good luck with that set of like how many cents is it?
Not enough.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Gonna get a
Good luck
new
with
one
that.
just
I
for
have-
this
I have
frickin'
one
competition.
here.
Okay, so we have Anthony and Nat. Let me get these in. So Anthony, your
is really grassy.
Nat went with honey, right?
I'm also gonna go with
Anthony with black
I
currant,
think this is malted.
malted.
I
Okay,
think it's malted.
okay. And Anthony, are you saying a bourbon?
I did say that.
Just to be combative, I'm gonna be a whiskey.
They're all whiskeys, Nat.
Shut up. You know what?
No. He's saying
messed
it's
up your name.
only a whiskey. He's saying it's not a
I think
rye. It's not
a
bottled
rye,
in
it's just a
bond.
whiskey. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's a 2-year minimum whiskey.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You
What?
gotta
Yes, it
give me-
does.
You no, because
There are things
different
that are
types of
just whiskeys. There is a
No,
base
there's-
whiskey, bro.
There are.
Do I have to say EY or like what?
If you're gonna go with a base whiskey, you got to give me the country of origin.
No,
You should-
no,
you should, no, because there are
no.
American whiskeys, Canadian whiskeys, Japanese
Okay,
whiskeys.
American- It's
No,
an
time,
American
we're,
whiskey.
we're
You
doing
got
4,
Scott.
dude. We're doing
It's
4.
American whiskey. It's an American whiskey. No, Anthony. This is the very first game. It's okay. This is American whiskey. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
I don't have any notes of this aroma to reinforce that, but okay.
Grass.
No, I literally just smelled something that is grass. It's not grass.
I'm
helping at this point. Actually, no, go for it. Say grass.
it's a corn grass. I think there's corn in it.
This is, dude. This thing is just like it's just juice. I don't get anything but fruit, man. Can we move on to the tasting portion?
Okay. Cheers. The first episode of the Tap Haven Game Show.
Game show.
Where's the music? Guys, I don't hear the music. Johnny! Johnny's the audio guy, right? Oh no, we fired
Yeah.
Johnny. Shit.
No, he's gone. He's out of here. He was
Ooh, this is
stealing
very
from the. Yeah. It's like. And I'm trying. Actually, I'm not giving anything away. I'm not giving my tasting notes. Y'all give me information. I'll give you points or not points.
Wait. There's a hint of it's a fruit. And that
Okay.
fruit is peach. I wanted to say strawberry, but it's not. It's peach.
Wait, can I also say peach, or does I just don't get?
Yeah,
as
we
much
can guess
points
the
as
same
it?
thing, I guess.
No. No.
Oh,
No,
see,
no,
Aaron?
we could wait. No, what?
Because then you could always just guess what the other person guessed every time in addition to your own.
Yeah,
and
but you
everybody
get
would
less
tie.
points for not being first.
Oh, so you're saying half a point if you want to agree with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with the peach.
Okay, I can get behind that. I can get behind if you want to do the
tricked
half points.
I tricked him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell him. Nobody tell him about the trick.
This guy.
Do you think he heard me? Oh, I forgot to mute. Sorry, I thought I was talking to my stream.
You're the fucking worst, man.
Do you want negative points for incorrect things?
No, I feel like it'd be more interesting to see how high we go rather than how far we fall.
Fair? Fair? I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Though I do want you to notarize our failures.
I have.
Okay, fair. He's like, oh, don't you worry.
I have.
There's
I
a
have
lot of
indeed.
fruit on this. God, what?
You know, I actually, I think it's a rye.
It's definitely okay. No, go for it. say what you're gonna say
On
with
each
chest.
phase, you can change. You can have a new guess.
right?
I don't think it's a bourbon anymore.
It's
gonna be
definitely.
bad if it is.
You already guessed that first, so it is what it is.
That was off the nose, off the taste. It's different. I didn't change my mind. This is a separate
yeah.
section.
We're not allowed to. Oh,
You're allowed to change your mind.
I see.
Yeah, I was planning for that to be a thing.
But
I'm
wait,
like,
so like,
I could have kept it.
It's
Your
high.
last
Yeah.
thing
Uh-huh.
is your lock-in. No. Here's what I'm
Okay.
going to say. If in the nosing you were to say guess a rye, and then in the tasting it was a corn whiskey, right? And you said corn whiskey first, and then you went and switched it to rye after you taste it, I don't think you should get credit for saying corn whiskey first if you switched it to a rye whiskey.
Wait. No. If you get it right on the nose, that's more impressive than getting it wrong on the mouth.
I'm saying if you change your mind about it.
I'm not changing my mind. I'm guessing two different things based on two different things. I didn't change my mind at all. I was planning on having multiple guesses each time, and it could have been
Can't be both,
the same
though.
thing.
Oh, whenever you guys are done arguing, I have my next get. I have my
Yo,
next
go.
Go for it.
dates. Some kind of like date-ish thing. That's that overall sweet kind of kick over the top of it. I caught honey at the beginning, but I feel like dates are like. I feel like dates make the entire bouquet of this.
Pepper. I'm locking in pepper. Eric, I'm locking in pepper.
I got you.
Can I lock in wood? Just general.
We gotta limit this. Of course, there's wood. It's in a barrel. It's made in a
I
barrel.
won't accept wood as a default. You have to
Wood,
tell me what
corn,
type of wood.
like.
You have to tell me what type of wood.
Oh, white
I mean,
oak.
they're all in oak, right? Do I have to be specific in the color?
It's always white oak unless it's something fancy.
You can tell me. You can tell me if you want it to not be traditional oak, but I think oak is fine.
Okay.
Well, I would say
oak wouldn't
no
count
points
like
for
a
oak.
Mizuno oak.
No points for oak.
Well, there are different types of oak. Like
Yeah, but
there's the traditional oak.
99% of whiskeys isn't a white oak.
I am only counting things if they have it in the Flaviar booklet.
Okay.
We have learned not to
it.
trust that booklet.
Wait,
I'm just saying that's our
go to number
judgment.
one. Go to number
That's our
one.
judgment.
Everybody go to number one in the book.
Yeah.
Everybody go to number one in the book. Did they mention? Okay, and go all the way up until 13 and see how they mention wood. Like,
They
what do do?
mention. They do not always mention oak or wood. They only mention it sometimes.
Ooh.
Which is why I say
So,
telling me the type of wood is a
FYI,
valid answer.
FYI, when I say grass, that is obviously hay, because hay is grass.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, sorry.
Literally, it is.
Anthony, I'm not saying no that hay is not grass. I'm saying you cannot say grass and me say that hay is the same taste. It's not.
Okay, well, I'm trying to tell you that when I smelled grass, I couldn't figure out the word for hay because my brain's broken.
So your brain being broken does not connotate that you get to cheat.
It's not cheating because grass is hay. They're the same thing.
Anthony, we can't use that logic with the judgment scale that we have because grass and grassy has been used
No, it's not.
inside of Flaviar.
No,
It's
I have
used on
not.
number 3.
Oh, Eric
Said
has
the liar.
receipts.
Said
Eric
the
has
liar.
receipts.
It says hay and grassy. I said
fair.
grass, not grassy. Grass is hay. Grassy
God.
is grassy.
I'm just saying. I am the judge and arbiter.
I'm about
Ash,
to
get
declare-
out of
and
here. This
hay
was my
are
fucking
separate.
idea.
Whatever, catch him. Whatever, catch him. Get out of here.
I'm gonna ban my mod.
Get it, Ash. Get it, Ash. Catch him.
How do I ban people?
Moving on.
How do I ban people? I can't ban her. Damn it.
Okay. Have we locked in all of our notes yet?
I literally can't taste anything else.
I don't know. I think we needed like a limit
Do we need to rate this?
No.
thing?
because
No
Nat
limit. You
guessed
could-
like 7 things.
I guess 4 things.
He has 5 things total. And you have 5 things total.
No,
Look
he
at
said
that.
because you're not
Look at
listening. He said so
that.
many more things than me.
Look at that.
He locked in 5.
Your ADHD is going to be the death of you, my friend.
You
gonna
got
be
you.
me
You're
too, but it's
ADHD
okay.
too. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Okay. Are we locking
I'm
anything else
locked
in?
I have
locked in?
nothing else to give you.
Anthony?
What's the third
Tell
phase?
me how badly we've done.
So the third phase is the price.
Okay.
Oh, okay. $65.
Ooh. Wow, that was fast, sir.
I am
How many bonus points do I get for guessing fast?
I really wanted y'all to send me that one so you couldn't just like guess.
Because now that I've heard it, I know I just need to do 65 and 1 cent, and I'm closer.
No, you're either right or you're not.
we are
there's only
rounding. We are rounding to the dollar for a point.
I was gonna say, what if we like?
Rounding to the
What if you're
dollar
like
for a
within
point.
$5 or $3?
I'll send
It's
you.
just a point.
I'll send it to you, Eric. I got you.
We gotta.
Wait,
be-
there's no point in sending it to him. I already said my number.
Yeah, he already said it. You don't have to send this one.
Fine. I'll get to the
He's gonna
price
guess
later.
52.
Anthony, what was yours?
Stop trying to be me, Anthony. Okay.
Anthony, what was yours?
I'm not trying to be you.
He's
65.
65. This tasted really good. Well, it tasted okay. 75. I'm gonna do 75. Anthony,
75.
We need
75.
game music.
Okay.
we
okay.
don't need
okay.
game music.
We
We're
need
all
game
locked
music.
in.
Eric, what do we got?
We need like a
So-
clapping sound.
Anthony has Black Currant.
Black Currant.
He said it right.
Are we gonna do this Maury style?
Black
or are
currant.
you- That is
Black
not
currant.
the ingredient.
We have Grass, but actually hay by Anthony.
Okay. Okay.
Peach, Rye, Pepper, and it's $65.
Peach rye, $65. Okay.
Or, Nat, we have Honey, Malted American Whiskey, each for half a point, Date, and $75.
Yeah.
And drum roll, please.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus. Drum roll.
Okay.
Why did you-
Drum roll's over, bro.
What? No, I needed the drum roll. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm tired now.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Keep
I can't.
going.
No, we're done. Game
feel
over.
like he's doing this
And
on
next
purpose.
week we will find out who
We
won.
have-
Bye, guys.
Oh, jeez. So,
Just kidding.
our winner with a combined total of 4.5 points
Thank you.
is Nat.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Who got every single tasting note
you.
correct from the booklet, almost.
Thank you. What?
Honey.
Wait, I guessed
it
honey,
is-
so that gives me bonus points and him like no points.
You do not have
Did not
honey
get-
locked
you did
in.
not guess
Honey shouldn't
dude.
count because that's too easy. Oak shouldn't count because that is too
Whatever,
easy.
dude.
Dates, he
You're
got dates
lucky.
though. That's pretty
Anthony,
impressive
we
right
di-
there.
We did not lock in oak for him. That is, he got 4.5 points without oak.
So what was the price?
The
Also,
price-
I said it was fruity. You didn't count any points for that, but okay.
you did not lock in a fruity.
I never locked in anything. You just suddenly arbitrarily decided that locking in was a thing and that Nat did it and I didn't. What was the price?
The price, according to Total Wine, $54.
Wow.
So I won on that
actually
front
not
right
bad.
there, obviously. So much closer.
You were closer, but points only for the nearest dollar.
So much closer.
But you were closer. So Anthony with a combined total of 2 points, and Nat with a total of 4. And
Oh wow, you got the single malt. Nice job.
yeah, he did get malted and an American whiskey.
It's because I've been consuming this.
You know what, Nat? You did a great job, and I'm so proud of you for winning this.
You seem a bit charged, friend.
I'm just proud.
Hey,
I am
fair.
so
Sure.
glad that you are so much better at this than me.
I'm really not, my guy. I've just been tasting the same bourbon for over and over and over again, and now I'm sensitive to it.
The quad malt?
Yeah, like I was like, oh, this is malted, pretty much off the top. I was like,
So-
okay, yeah,
Nat, our winner. What do you think about this whiskey?
it's pretty
This
good.
is so. Let me just like go down this real quick.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
Yellowstone American single malt whiskey. We are sitting at a pretty high 54% alcohol by volume, which is
Def-
108 proof.
That's why you thought
Probably
it was rye.
the highest proof whiskey we've had in the Flaviar
Jesus.
experience so far, I think, and that is correct. I just double checked.
I very
This
much
is the
disagree
highest proof whiskey we've had.
with the cinnamon note because to me that's completely pepper.
Where's the cinnamon?
It's pepper. It's not
Where's
cinnamon, it's
cinnamon?
pepper. There's like a feeling,
Hold
but
on.
it's not a cinnamon feeling, it's a pepper feeling that's on the
I
tip
don't
of your
get that on
tongue.
the nose.
It's on the tip of your
I agree.
tongue.
I get much more pepper notes than I do cinnamon notes.
So I get
agree.
like 5 points for the judge agreeing with me that the Flaviar guys are nimwads.
That's fair.
Anthony, you're losing
That's
poorly.
fair.
I'm losing fantastically.
You're
Now,
losing poorly. Just
I
stop.
will say though, Anthony, I have to give you huge notes for the peach call out because I think that was
That was huge.
extremely
Yeah,
on the nose.
Why is there no bonus points here? I mean, I guessed so fast. Like I thought that was how I was gonna win. Was
How much-
one
what were you giving
point
it for
times
extra
like
points, Eric?
10.
Just half a point.
There's
Or
like no
a full point
multiplier.
for
You didn't do a
guessing
multiplier
first?
for guessing within. Literally,
true.
my guess was within like 3 seconds of touching my tongue.
I feel like having Eric actually time when
This is all-
categorization
this is all
comes
just-
through
Excuse me.
is way too granular for us to go ahead and jump in on the first day. So I'm gonna cut Eric some slack.
No, both
some
both
slack.
both of you just have to go and watch Whistle and Diesel a little bit, so that you know where this was supposed to go.
Got you.
Because you weren't supposed to tally up anything. You're just supposed to random ass shit against the
What-
wall.
No, I
points.
tallied.
No.
I tallied. I did the numbers. I
You
did
have
the
to
math.
understand that everybody here has detailed, ordered brains.
I do not actually.
I need a rubric. I need a scaling system.
No.
I need a note-taking guide to go along with the actual lecture that goes on before the actual game show. Don't play with me. Okay, so
Yeah.
it is what is it? American single malt whiskey. Thing is hot as hell.
It is pretty hot.
I don't
Pretty
see-
high proof.
I don't
It
see
tastes
stove proof.
super young
Yeah.
to me. I like
Yeah.
a lot of harsh bite
Mhm.
almost. I think that's where that pepper note comes from a lot.
Yeah.
It has this like young malty harshness that is interesting.
Interesting. Okay, Eric.
Yeah.
I saw your face when you were saying young and malty. I don't think interesting is what you wanted to say, but I understand. I understand. Yeah, no, this was tasty off the bat, but as you got deeper into it, I was like, oh, you have problems. You have some key issues that I'm like, maybe not again unless it's older. You know, there's no comparison I want to make with that kind of statement, so don't ask me.
Well, I mean, the type of people that'll like this are people that really like tip of the tongue play. Because it's so tingly.
I see.
I see.
I see where you
Sir,
went.
you can't say those kind of things on the internet.
What? Does that mean something?
Don't play coy with me. I understand where you're going. I know.
I thought that was a whiskey.
there, buddy.
A whiskey thing.
Nope.
I learned
Nope,
about that in
that's-
Louisville.
What,
When I
tip
was
of
the last time I was in
tongue?
Louisville, I went to the thing, that museum place, and they teach you how to sip whiskey. And the guy was
Were
like,
we there
"This
together?
one is tip." No, this was the second time I went.
Oh, second.
He's
time.
been
Gotcha,
twice.
gotcha.
And the guy was like,
Ah.
"So this one is very tip of the tongue playful." That's what he said.
Interesting. That's an interesting phrase to use.
Yeah, I mean, because
But
it
I
is,
see what
it's
he
tip of the
means.
tongue play.
I
There's like back of the throat play, as he was talking about it, like when it really burns. And then there's like, what's going on? What did I say something weird? Okay, let's just move on. Maybe this guy was full of shit. I don't know. I would just learn from him.
Don't play coy with me, buddy.
I'm-
You nasty, nasty man. Anyway,
I got
so-
educated at a museum, a nice and respectable establishment. So please, I don't know what y'all are talking about. But yeah, let's
Thing
move
you
on.
know, this guy's like, make sure to gargle your whiskey. You know.
Yep. Yep. Make sure it hits the back of your throat so you can feel it.
That was step 69.
Sir, where is this whiskey from?
So
Yo mama's house.
Before I reach through this camera.
So this is from the Yellowstone Bourbon Company. They were established in the late 1800s. Where are they at? I am pretty sure that they are in Kentucky. No, actually, why would they be in Kentucky? They must be in Yellowstone.
Yeah, I was about to say if their name is Yellowstone, chances are they're probably
No, they're out of Kentucky. They
Oh,
have a Kentucky
really?
State bourbon. Let's see
Okay.
where their distillery is at right here.
Okay.
Yellowstone Distillery. It is in Lebanon, Kentucky.
Lebanon, Kentucky. Well, color me surprised. Interesting. Okay.
Yep.
So
What are
I
you
did-
what are you rating this thing? How are you rating it?
so I was interested in it from the jump, but as I got into it, I was just like, oh, it's another young boy. It's another young pup trying to swing above its station or something like that. It was very interesting again off the top, but the sweetness kind of sits over this cloying aftertaste that does not help with the actual enjoyment of the whiskey. The malt is interesting. It adds this kind of interesting layer of, oh man, I can't think of it any other way, or I can't really describe it any other way other than like there's a shine over the taste that implies that it's malted. I don't know, but that part is cool. It's interesting. It's everything else that, again, I feel like this is a story that we say over and over again whenever we go through these bourbons. This thing is very young, and it's going to take a bit for it to start tasting good. And we've said that over and over and over again. So I would love for them to age this and see where it ends up in 5 years. I would gladly purchase this for $70 at that 5-year mark. I can't believe I said 70 before I even heard the actual price. Oh, my wallet weeps for me.
So, Anthony, what are you rating this?
Hmm.
Wait, Nat, did you say a rating?
I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Just now.
I see.
Oh wait, no, wait, whoa, wait. Yeah, 4. Yeah, no,
Okay.
4.
Anthony,
4.
what are you rating this whiskey?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
that's pretty good. Let me put that in quotations real quick.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Doing the Lord's
That
work
is-
over here.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Approximately
It
a
ain't much, but it's
3.5,
decent work.
I imagine. Somewhere around there.
Actually, no. I was gonna give it like a 4.9, maybe a 5.
Okay.
You can give this a 5.
This is the first time that a whiskey's really tickled the tip of my tongue so well. So it's got to get some bonus points for that. I guess you don't like that kind of thing.
No, I don't. I don't want it to tickle.
It's weird because usually it lingers like in the back of my throat, but it's lingering on the tip of my tongue, and that's just a new experience for me.
Fair. Fair.
Yep, fair.
Are you constipated?
Yep. That's what's
All right,
going
so we're
on.
gonna go to an ad break so Nat can go.
The,
We don't have ads, gentlemen and ladies who
yeah,
are
but
watching. Dear Lord.
Flaviar, we were thinking about buying your next advent calendar. If you want to sponsor the next 24 episodes, we will do only Flaviar content for 24 episodes for your new advent calendar if you send it to all three of us.
Facts.
Just putting it out there.
facts.
And back to the show.
Eric, can you
So
just like
this?
Eric? Can you just like lean over like 45 degrees? Now we got ads. Look at that plus, right there, right there.
If PAX South were still in business.
Oh, dude,
I
don't.
wish. We got to go to a
Back in the
PAX
day.
again someday,
Yeah, I'd be
or
down.
something,
yeah.
or maybe something else. I don't know if there's something. I like PAX. I like
PAX,
more
Dragon Con.
video
Here's
game
the thing.
centric stuff. I don't like Dragon Con anymore.
I bet they would give us a room. If we like asked them well enough in advance, I bet they'd let us do a live show.
Yeah, probably.
Really interesting.
I mean, you usually like there's there.
yeah.
I mean, there's people that don't pay, and then there's people that pay. We would have to pay.
we would definitely
Yeah,
have to pay.
we would have to pay,
We
but
would have
like
to
they
pay.
would let us do it. Like
Yeah.
they have so many rooms that
I have flashbacks of whenever I used to pay for the tickets for people to show up to the shows for my band, and I'm like,
oh no.
do I want to go back to that life?
I got a new rule. There's only one way I would go back to the Dragon Con, but I would hate it. Anyways, but I would be in those 4 hotels that are connected so that I never have to go outside into hot Atlanta. Yeah.
Hot Atlanta. Wow.
It's so hot there,
call it.
dude.
The mountains have changed you. It's so
it's
much
all-
hotter down here.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
It is
Fair.
different. That's fair.
It is
You-
so humid.
You live
Yeah.
within like driving distance of a beach. You got nothing in Atlanta.
I do?
Yes.
Yeah, Houston ain't that type of place.
Have
But
you
it's close.
seen? Have
close.
you seen
No,
Galveston?
Houston.
No,
Houston
but
beaches
there's
aren't like
there's an
that.
ocean right there, so you could go on the ocean.
They're,
Have you
like,
seen
it's not the
Galveston?
same.
You can get in a
It's not
boat.
the same, I promise.
It's a beach. It's a boat.
Anthony, next time you come down, let's go down to Galveston.
What
Yeah,
if we
let's go to
just
the
went
beach. Middle-
north?
It's
What if we
No.
went to like North Dakota?
I can't go to North Texas.
No, North Dakota. Dakota.
I still can't go there either, Anthony.
But it's
probably
north.
be fine actually. There are
I'd
so
actually
few
probably be fine
people
in North Dakota.
there.
That's true.
that, like you wouldn't see another human for like 500 miles. So you'd probably be fine
It'd be
actually.
fine.
Yeah.
It'd be population.
Less so
gap.
in North Texas, but North Dakota,
Yeah.
there's like 20 people there total.
I got eloped, guys. I eloped in North Texas. That's the funny part. Like,
That is fun.
Is it colder
anyway,
there?
it's during the winter, yes, but like during summers, it's about as hot as you can get in Houston. Sorry, in Texas. Yeah. All right,
Man,
that was good whiskey timing.
well, yeah. Man, this whiskey has almost everything I dislike about whiskeys in it.
Really?
Yeah, this is not my whiskey. This
What are you giving it in?
this is almost one that I'd be like, you know what, I'm good. I'd probably put this at like
Really?
1.5 for me. Yeah, this is probably the lowest one yet. for me.
Dude, Eric's cold as fuck, man.
I-
Like
I look-
even with the bouquet, even with the smell, I've
The-
smelled some
so-
stinkers on this freaking
That's true. The swamp water one and this one are
Mhm.
are the worst ones of the show so far for
Okay,
me.
fair.
But the swamp water one had some interesting notes to it. This one has a cloying sweetness to
It
me.
just sticks around for
And
you.
then it's like harsh young pepper. And then it goes into like this cloying, almost fake sweetness for me.
Synthetic.
It's like just all of these clashing. And I almost feel like there just aren't that many redeeming qualities for it for me, for my flavor
Interesting.
palette.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel bad about my rating now because I feel like I've rated stuff at 4 that does not deserve to be quantified in the same like ballpark as this.
I mean, that's the personal preference, you know. Like
True.
it's just this for me has this dichotomy of like harsh young whiskey.
Mhm.
It's like really just on the nose harsh with this pepper that gives you like right on the tip of the tongue. It's just like bam. And that sting isn't very tasty to me.
Mhm.
And then right after that, it's like, hey, sugar.
Yeah, I see.
And I'm just like,
Boring.
yeah, it doesn't have doesn't have too much else going for it. It's very quick. It's not very viscous. It doesn't have a lot of oily factor to it. The mouthfeel isn't quite as like. Here's the thing: if I were to go into a store and see this sitting on a shelf next to Frey Ranch, I could never not choose the Frey Ranch on it.
Speaking of, let me wash your impure spirit from my mouth with the nectar of gods. Anyway, all right.
So that's me. I am much harsher on this one.
No shade to Yellowstone. I'm sure they're doing wonderful things with other.
Oh, I have had
whiskeys.
good Yellowstones. They have like a 7-year bourbon that I think is very.
Oh, okay.
very
So
good.
like this is their entry.
This is one of their entry models.
Mm.
This is they have stuff that is much better than this. Now, I would say Yellowstone has some older releases that are really good. That I've had with Cody that are great. That aren't even really on the market anymore. But yeah,
Got
this is definitely we know.
We know.
We know.
Dude,
We
Frey
know.
Ranch is so hot. Holy crap.
Frey Ranch hits.
Bro, that's so hot.
You know?
So I love
Anyway.
And
how
just,
whatever I was smelling that I called grassy or hayy,
Mhm.
on. Okay, I thought this was Yellowstone's website. This is less bad now that I looked at the website URL. But the dude says
buddy.
there's a slight funk that goes up the nostrils, like apples
No.
fermenting. And it is definitely a funk.
There is definitely a funk.
But it's not
There's a
like
funk with
a
that.
horribly displeasing funk like swamp water.
Dude, I love that we call that whiskey swamp water. It doesn't even
The
get a name.
swamp
It's
water
just the
whiskey.
swamp water whiskey.
I love that. By the way, if y'all haven't seen the thumbnail for that, it's pretty good as well.
I've seen it. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I saw the thumbnail of the other one. I didn't realize that what's his name was on the podcast. I totally missed him. You must have talked to him before I got there.
Yeah. He was there
Oh,
very quick. It took me forever to find an image that I could use.
Oh my god.
Can't
Oh,
sue
God.
me.
So what y'all been playing this week?
Should I go first?
Well,
Yes.
I want to go first, Eric.
Yeah.
Go on, Eric.
no,
got
you got it, Nat.
No, Eric. What do you looked excited to say something?
I was going to ask a question rather than say what I was
What's
playing.
your question?
Should Nat go first so we can go get dinner once I start talking?
Why are you like this? Why are both of you like this? For anybody who's tuning in right now, or anybody who's still here, Eric and Anthony have decided that they are going to relive their heydays in RuneScape. I abhor and loathe the thought, even the note of RuneScape on the tip of anyone's tongue.
Okay. Interesting topic then.
No.
Nat, what is the thing you dislike the most about RuneScape?
I hate how old it is.
Nat, you're old.
I know. And I hate that. I mean, like, I don't hate that part of me. Let me rephrase. I don't hate that part of me. It's more so that I hate the fact that the people who have made this game understand that they don't really need to reinvent the wheel. They have something golden, and there's no reason for them to change it. And far be it from me to say that they need to change their business model and their game for my tastes. I hate that game. It's just the way that it is. I can vividly remember my first experience with RuneScape in a library in Kingwood. It's not Harris County. What was it called?
I was about to say, that's pretty fair.
Not Swickley. No, that's in Pennsylvania. Anyway, went to the library, sat down, and somebody told me that RuneScape was amazing. I booted it up, and I remember playing it for 5 minutes and going, "This is stupid. I'm gonna go find a book and read it." Guys, a 13-year-old me said, "I'm going to read a book rather than play a video game."
Now,
Go ahead.
there are a lot of books that are way better than a lot of video games, to be fair.
For sure.
There are a lot of good books out there.
I went to go read a Brian Jakes book.
You know what I do? Listen to books while I play RuneScape.
That's stupid.
You know, I agree with Ash. You're an old folks hater. You're basically punching grandparents.
I see no problems with this. In fact, you've made it easier for me to say that I hate old things. That's fine. What do you want me to say? I'm the bad guy of the podcast. What do you want me to say? One third of this podcast is a RuneScape and old person hater. That's okay.
That's fair.
That's fine. That's fine.
Fair.
I just play games that are good. Oh, it hurts. Oh, a low blow
Below the belt.
Well, unfortunately, I do have to counter that because RuneScape has, so far in an MMO, the best questing that I've experienced in my entire life, because I actually want to read it, and I have never felt compelled to read any other MMO's quest lines. I just skip
totally
it.
Totally fair. I remember.
So that would mean it is a good game.
That does not quantify that it's a good game. There are some things that you can read from really bad games that like don't connotate to it being good. But I'm not arguing against the fact that you feel as if the game is good, because I'm sure for a lot of people the game is good.
I would personally argue that the game's bad. Because
let me
because I believe
I see what you guys are doing. See what you guys are doing.
I legitimately think it's a bad game.
No, I will not be sucked into a conversation about RuneScape.
No.
I'm going to talk about the game that I did play.
I could explain in a very 2 seconds.
No, you could talk to it with Eric.
No.
I will not give any more time to RuneScape. I refuse.
I'm not talking about RuneScape. This is not about RuneScape. This is not about RuneScape.
I refuse.
This is not.
What is it? I refuse.
A game is only good if you can take everything away from it but the gameplay mechanics. Take away the music, take away the sound effects, take away the story. It has to be a fun bike to ride, and then it's a good game. Otherwise, I argue it's not a game. It is a hybrid thing. It's something different, like a visual novel. You know what I mean? Like, there are game things in it, game things, but the game, the Pong, the Brick Breaker, the core aspect of engaging with it is not good. It's just click this, click that. Now, I think Eric would argue something that I haven't experienced about a game that we're not talking about anymore, and that he might be right about. I haven't experienced it though, so we'll move on.
Before we move on though, what game were you thinking I would like to talk about?
Game mechanic.
I'm just not remembering.
The game mechanic of the game we're not talking about would be like rhythm game stuff. I haven't experienced that in this
I see.
game.
Yeah.
So maybe that part is good,
I see.
but unfortunately, I haven't experienced it. I would still argue it's bad because I don't experience it right away. If I experienced it right away,
That's fair.
That's fair.
I understand your concern for sure.
I will also note that the great Artosis agrees with me.
The great Artosis.
I've been saying this forever, and I just found out watching Day 9. He's like, Artosis says this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what have you been
So-
playing?
I have been playing a lot of Prince of Persia.
Oh yeah, you're finally like sitting down and like going through it.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to play it. And at first I was like just like a simp of being like, oh, it's good. It's a good game. I've heard that the developers put a lot of heart into it. It's got a great there's a lot of player love in the game as well as like developer love evident in the actual product. I've been playing this game for like 3 days straight.
Okay.
And no, 4 days. And guys, the gameplay is so satisfyingly difficult.
Okay.
So super like you're gonna get to certain points with the game where you realize that you have to stop playing like an idiot, which is always great. I love whenever a game checks me at the door and says, "Hey, take off your idiot coat. Actually, start thinking about what the inputs that you're putting into your controller are. Because if you don't, I'm gonna check you and I'm gonna make your ass hurt." Also, the movement. There's something to be said about a studio who understands how to make you feel like what you do matters, just regardless of whether or not you move the stick left or right. And these guys get it. Platforming is super solid. It will punish you for being super spammy. If you don't think about what you're doing, you're going to get checked. The only game that's gotten close to that kind of like engagement is for me is Hollow Knight. I'm not saying that this is a Hollow Knight, but it's close for anybody who's like itching to get that kind of visceral feel. The story is so far at least a 7, and at some points it's an 8. I'm not sure if it's going to get any better, but we'll see. The powers that we get in this game, you guys, I was not imagining. Like, so there's usually like a set few of powers that you get in Metroidvanias. There's a some form of access key that you can use that lets you like phase through or opens sealed doors. There's a double jump mechanic. There's very often also some kind of change of state for the map. So as you're going through, you'll be able to change how it looks or how you interact with it. I don't think there's one in Hollow Knight. Let me think of another one. No, there is in Hollow Knight. Whenever you get the shadow form and you can pass through those shadow barriers, that's one version of it. In this game, the way that they incorporate them is so satisfying. Like there's layers to it that I can't really go into because I feel like I would go into spoilers. And I don't want to spoil this game for you because I really want you guys to play this game. This is really good. This is really good. I haven't even beat the game. There is story, and then like finally for me, story. Graphics wise, it's great. I'm not even going to go ahead and go into depth for that. It's great. Gameplay, already talked about it. Story wise, the engagement of the general idea of what Prince of Persia is, and then them turning it on its head, and then approaching it from this angle. Chef's kiss, really good. Stilted voice acting, not the best. Like script wise, obviously not their forte, but like the actual story beats themselves, I'm digging it. There's a villain in this game that I'm like, God, I want to play as you. Oh my God.
The,
And that's a great problem to have as a game, being like the player wants to be the villain. Like if you could play God of War from the from the perspective of Thor, would you? Yes, of course. 100%. I would love to go ahead and find out what like development tree he goes through, find out what things we're not actually picking up as we go through, and then also that power fantasy. Same thing here. Fantastic. So I can give nothing but glowing reviews for this game. I would say this is like an 8.5 for me. It's not perfect, but and it's a little buggy in certain like instances. Sound does drop out in certain places, and then you I haven't dropped through the floor yet, but there are some things that were like you'll clip and you'll be like, well, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but this works fine too, because you'll be in the middle of boss battle and it works for you.
The best thing I see about this game is that it's priced at the max you should ever have to pay for a video game.
How much is it right now?
It's 40
bucks. Yeah,
you should never have to pay more than $40 for a video game.
This game is fantastic. I think I got this thing for $30, honestly.
Really?
And I would have paid full price. I think I did pay full price
because it just came out like 2 weeks ago.
It's fairly new.
It's really good. I really wish more people. I wish that it got higher than mostly positive for some of the reviews. I haven't looked at some of the reviews, to be honest. I wanted to go in there as
I mean, mostly
as
positive
possible,
is a really good review.
Yeah, mostly positive. The biggest complaint that I've heard from the little reading I've done about it is that it's missing. A lot of people that I've read that have done in-depth reviews are saying similar things. They love the gameplay. They love certain aspect of it. Their biggest complaint that drops it to like a 7 or 8 is that it's missing the thing that makes some of those classic Metroidvanias like special. Like the thing like Dracula's inverted castle.
Yeah.
Or, it's missing the reveal in Hollow Knight when you first, start doing the extra collecting, and then you are like, I've only explored 10% of the map, but I beat the whole game. What?
I'm sure. Yeah, I can definitely agree to that for sure.
And that seems to be the only complaint that I've heard. Yeah. Outside of that, it's been mostly glowing reviews.
It's a great Metroidvania.
So
for somebody who loves it.
Yeah. I wonder, I don't know. I think Ubisoft has like an Xbox Game Pass type of thing. So you might be able to try this game for a subscription for a month, like the price of a subscription.
Yeah. You can beat this game in a month. You could do all the things that you wanted to do in a month. You would have to play just this game though.
Ubisoft Plus?
Yeah, I really like those subscription things. I mean, I know that the idea behind a subscription is that you forget about it and then you get screwed. But ultimately, when you get like Xbox Game Pass, there's no way you would ever buy all of the games that you can play there. And it's just, the opportunity is insane. It's so much better than like a Netflix subscription,
It's true.
Yeah. Like, way more worth it to me.
I was about to say, if you're going through and playing some of these games already, and do the subscription, play through those games. Like I like you, I don't think it's necessary if you're not playing through all of these, but like if you already are, you're wasting money if you're not going through the subscription.
That's why I used to argue that Sea of Thieves is a $10 game or something like that, because when it came out, it was the flagship for Game Pass, and that's why it wasn't a game. It was a mostly polished alpha. Because there was like nothing to do, it just
Don't get me started on that game, Anthony. Oh man. Anyway, fantastic game, guys. Not a must play, honestly, unless you're really into Metroidvanias. Like, I love the genre. I probably should play Castlevania at some point in time. I have never played Castlevania, guys.
Dude, you should play it. It's good. It's dated now, but it's still good.
I get that. I've seen so many amazing renditions of this genre of Metroidvania that I'm scared to rewind.
I mean, so there is something to be said about, the original Castle. There is something about, Symphony of the Night that is just not done
True.
anymore.
Because no studios would
Like,
do it.
No,
It's too expensive.
nobody, no, well, not even that. Nobody has recreated, in my opinion, what made Symphony of the Night special.
Do you what's
The
what,
game,
what
the
made it
gameplay
special
is
for you?
better. The knowledge-based exploration.
Exploration. Oh, okay. So it goes deeper than just like what we've been exposed to with like Hollow Knight and
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think Hollow Knight's probably the closest. The Hollow Knight, here's the thing. I would argue that Hollow Knight is the better version of this type of game. Like I'm not
Fair.
gonna cut corners there, right? Like
Team Cherry did an incredible
Yeah,
job, and it makes
I'm
sense.
not saying that Symphony of the Night is better than Hollow Knight. But what I am saying is that even a Hollow Knight that has done something that I think is better didn't do exactly the same sort of special that Symphony of the Night did. And I don't think anybody's recreated that. That
No.
like that moment for me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That moment when you discover that second castle
Is insane.
is insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Right? Like
I
that
don't
was
even-
something
I
that
don't
was
even-
so
I've
special.
never played the game. I've never played the game, and I know about it. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It is that cutscene is famous in the gaming world,
Yeah.
right? It redefined what it meant to learn about a game and enjoy a game and to really explore a game,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And there are games that have done things similar. This is why things like Fez and there was a recent one with the Fox that came out recently.
Tunic.
Yeah, Tunic.
Yeah.
These sorts of games that challenge your way of thinking about a game. Near
Tunic is
Automata,
really good.
Tunic, Fez, any of these knowledge-based experiences where it changes how you think about gaming and what a game
Yeah.
can portray or give you through its gameplay is super special. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not as good as newer Metroidvanias if you just look at playing the game and engaging with the mechanics.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
It's a dated game in that regard.
True.
But in regards to exploring the world and changing how you view games, this is one of those types of games that does it differently than any other game since and any other. And it's like,
It's the Halo of the Metroidvania world.
yeah.
It sets the bar for what
sets the
actually
bar.
exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It opened a new door for gaming.
Yeah.
And that door can't ever be reopened by another game, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
We can open new doors, we can do new things, but that door belongs solely to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And that's something
Question.
that's worth playing.
Question before I go ahead and let you guys speak about your RuneScape, because I know you are itching to do so.
Actually, there's something else I wanted to talk about, although I haven't played it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've been
I
playing
was
something.
curious about thoughts.
I've been playing something else.
Oh, are we actually going to have a discussion?
Okay.
This is incredible. Anyway, let me go ahead and just like say my thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel as if, and this is like, this flies in the face of a lot of people because there's some people who are diehards on either side. Do you feel that Final Fantasy was eventually upscaled and made, and was upscaled and the successor for the RPG, like best of all time, sets the bar, is Persona from Shin Megami Tensei? Or-
What exactly are you
I
trying
know,
to ask?
I know. It completely went sideways. It's the whiskey. Anyway,
It's okay. It's okay.
Halo sets the bar for first-person shooter.
Okay.
Warhammer set the stage for RTS. Sorry, no, not Warhammer. StarCraft set the stage for RTS.
Okay.
In terms of RPG, most people would say Final Fantasy. Do you feel as if that is a fair approximation, or do you think that Shin Megami Tensei and their Persona series make a very good case that they took the model and flipped it into a way that most people feel may be an improvement.
I don't even think it can be argued. Final Fantasy changed the gaming sphere so much that it almost single-handedly brought gaming from the brink of death. Like,
Okay.
like the original
fair.
Final
That's fair.
Fantasies
The original Final Fantasies did,
literally
yeah.
proved that gaming was a thing still.
But I'm
because
not talking about impact. I'm talking about in terms of RTS. I'm not saying, because I agree with you. RTS, like in terms of gaming history, Final Fantasy cannot be topped.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah.
Because we live on the backs of their work.
Yeah.
Like everything that we have now is because Final Fantasy did what they did.
Yeah. I can give you mechanics for almost every game that is released today.
That
And I
comes from
guarantee you,
Yeah.
one of the first implementations of those
Is Final
mechanics
Fantasy.
was either Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy inspired, but actually came from like a text-based MUD type of deal. You know,
Fair. Yeah.
like
But in terms of just RTS, we're not looking at history defining. I'm talking about the actual functions of the game. So like if you think RTS, a RTS game, do you feel like Final Fantasy has stopped contributing as much to say that they are the leader and center of the tone? Or do you feel like Persona or Shin Megami Tensei has now become like the status that most people compare themselves to when talking about a real-time strategy game? Or do you feel
mean
like it's
an
completely,
RPG? You mean
yeah,
an RPG?
RPG. Sorry, RPG. I meant RPG.
I think right now, for better or for worse, we still live under the shadow of
Final
something
Fantasy VII.
outside of these games. No, outside of these games.
Oh, okay.
I think we still live under the shadow of the Skyrim era.
Ooh.
And a lot of games right now, like Persona is doing a lot of really cool stuff. They have things that are super unique. They're driving into a wall and discovering new ground.
Yeah.
In the same way Final Fantasy used to do that, and now they're just too big. They're kind of playing it safe.
Fair.
We have this problem nowadays where every game right now is trying to create the next Skyrim, the next game that we can release 50 times and it's still the top seller when it's released again.
Ridiculous.
Right. And everybody jokes and memes about this, but Skyrim did something with its timing and its implementation that captured a moment in gaming history and just changed everything. Right?
Yeah.
Like, why was like there are still games today trying to make a Viking Magic Dragon simulator, and they're pushing it in every single. The dragons were out of gaming almost entirely until Skyrim came back, and guess what? Every freaking game on the
After
planet
that had a dragon in it.
has a dragon in it again, right?
Yeah.
Dragon is back in popular media because of Game of Thrones and Skyrim coming out at around the same time.
Fair.
Right? And I think right now RPGs still live under the shadow of Skyrim.
Interesting. Anthony, your thoughts? Your 2 cents, my friend?
There's this game called Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Yes.
By
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
So
Anthony,
I feel we've all heard about, right?
Well, I feel like Anthony didn't know who did that game until we just said it. You know that's Akira Toriyama, right? Like that's the guy who created Dragon Ball.
did not know that. No.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think the art looks so similar?
I've never played it before.
Really? Oh man.
Anthony.
Oh, okay. By the way, I should go ahead and say a few things.
Just saying, you said there hasn't been a dragon game. 1986, 87, 88,
Anthony.
90, 95,
there was a
2000,
drought.
2004, 2009.
I mean,
The
I
game
mean
is
from
called Dragon Quest.
yeah.
Just saying, there's
I mean,
dragons.
from a general standpoint, yes.
Anthony.
I'm just
Obviously,
messing
they
with
were
you.
dragons.
I'm just
You know
messing
what
with
we
you.
mean.
There's
But,
apparently there's this weird thing about people like me where you hear something and your brain just hyperfixates on, I don't think that's right, and you try to find out whether or not it's not right. And like, I don't know, you're probably still right. It's just funny.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, there were dragon games, but I don't think
It wasn't on
they're.
the map.
Yeah, I don't like Dragon Quest was big, but I think there's a level of difference that I could argue against somebody that Dragon Quest was nowhere near as popular a game as Skyrim became.
So I actually, so Ash brings it up. She says I don't play RPGs. I enjoyed playing Star Citizen. Jesus Christ, Skyrim.
Whiskey, man. Whiskey.
I enjoyed playing Skyrim, and I always wanted to beat it. And games like Skyrim are literally one of the big reasons that I've wanted to try to make content and maybe like have a legitimate like reason to play games for a long amount of time instead of mow the grass.
Yeah. Hey,
Go play
Skyrim was amazing.
well,
Skyrim still is
It
amazing.
is amazing.
It's a thing that I just, there's like a weird thing that happens where I have a certain amount of time that I can put into a game, and then too many things change outside of me playing the game. So I would have to play the game. It would have to be my job. That's literally the
would have to be
requirement for me to
something
play
that's the only
Witcher
thing that you
3 and to, yeah, I would have to play 8 hours a day, and then I could do it.
Wait.
I can't.
Pause.
He hasn't beaten Witcher 3.
I
Nat.
don't have enough
haven't
time.
Don't bring it up. Don't do it. Nat, stop.
I've played and replayed the beginning of that game as many times as I have with Skyrim, because I have wanted to play through it. I've wanted to beat it, but these games are literally too long and they fall off the map. Then seasons change. People start talking about different games. They want to play those games and stuff like that. And so it's just like, I can't play the game fast enough to get through
I
it.
understand.
The deepest I ever got was
understand.
actually because I was like basically bedridden. I played a lot of what is that Cyberpunk game? Cyberpunk.
2077.
2077.
I played a lot of that, and that was really great. It's not quite the same thing, but I still really enjoyed it to an extent. Like I wish it was the way it is now. The way it is now is apparently really great.
It is really. I have replayed it since they did
What?
the new expansion, and it's really good.
No, I'm just saying it like in awe. Like,
sucks.
I'm thinking back to like the times when I actually started playing The Witcher 3 and not realizing what I was playing, and then like playing the expansions and then getting really into it, because there would be times where like, it would be literally what I woke up and started playing and then went to sleep and started after stopping playing.
I mean,
Like,
the
it was all I
Wild
did.
Hunt's just insane.
It's so good, Anthony. Like, you
But
don't even,
here's
like,
the thing. Here's the thing, Nat. Like, and I have to agree to some extent. You do have to like pick and choose,
true.
because if you want to complete the entirety of Witcher 3, and you want to really enjoy it, by the way, because I think you really need to.
you need to enjoy it. Yeah, it's
You're
like
going to be
25
playing
hours.
between 107 and 180
God.
hours.
Even if I was a full-time streamer, like
Are you sure 20? Like, okay, no,
It
actually,
takes
you're
2
right.
weeks at
because
least.
you would have to speed run the actual story
Yes,
to get to the
if
end.
you
You're
want
right.
to rush the main story, it
Yeah.
is 32 hours.
And you
But
don't wanna
the
do
main
that.
story is not why you fall in love with that game. It's
No.
great, but the main story builds upon all of these side quests and world
Mm-hmm.
building and other things that really make the game special. If you want to speed run / rush the main and just a few of the extras, you're looking at doubling that time. If you
Yeah.
actually want to get a completion of like 80%, you're looking between 100 and 150 hours
Jesus,
minimum.
man.
and that's one of the other reasons that games like that are difficult for me is that when I go to play a game, I'm very much like going rock climbing or riding a bike, or I'm trying to do a specific activity. The story isn't what's important to me. So I need to be in a very specific like mood and have a lot of time type of thing where I'm like, I am ready to read. I'm ready to be engaged in this sort of other thing that is not just me dancing on the keyboard or feeling awesome immersion on the controller or racing with a literal steering wheel for like legit immersion, you know, type of thing.
Now, Anthony, would you say that you are playing, so you would be playing The Witcher 3 at a leisurely pace?
Yeah, because I played it and I enjoyed the shit out of like just
Okay.
going around, and I would want to feel like I live there. Like I would feel
fair.
super, I want to be immersed.
100%. Nat,
This is the game.
no, I want you to guess what the leisure playtime is for
You want
a
me to guess?
completionist run of The Witcher 3. If you just want to complete 95 to 100% of the game,
I typed my guess in.
95 to 100.
I typed my guess
Yeah.
in. I typed my guess in. I
what
typed
would
my
your
guess in.
leisure pace average be?
Man, like mine or you mean
No,
everybody
no,
else's?
just generally. How long would it take somebody to leisurely go through and complete 90-ish to 100% of the game?
Let me do some math real quick.
I'm just curious what your thought is, and I'll tell you what the average is, and we'll understand the problem.
I really like guessing numbers.
I'm gonna say
I put a number down
2,000
so
hours.
fast.
Oh wow, you're crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
It,
Well, I
it
mean,
is
like,
not.
that's
It is
accounting
not this
for
bad.
life.
Y'all are crazy.
We're both crazy, apparently.
Yeah, it'd be around 400 to 450 hours of game time.
Okay,
It's
so
still a lot. That is
that's
10
reasonable.
weeks of full time. That is
That's
10.
reasonable.
That's
It's
10 weeks of full
fine.
time. Can you imagine like a streamer doing that?
I could, honestly.
They have.
Yeah. Like, oh man, the game, Anthony.
So,
Like,
and if you wanted to put that into like RuneScape perspective, because this is pretty interesting, you could max half of your skills in that.
that's I'm
Something.
guessing a lot of time. Anyway,
It's like crazy amounts of time. Dude, just to like enjoy
Well, he's
a
saying
game
he's saying
at
it
a
takes
leisure
800
pace.
hours to max out in RuneScape.
Yeah, it's about 80 hours per skill on average.
No, then it's more than 800 hours, Eric. There's like 30 skills.
Are there 30 skills?
It's
No, you
close.
can-
There's 20 something skills, dude.
Not all of them are 80 hours.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them. That's like the long.
Anyways,
Either way.
anyways,
I think,
Yeah.
like I said, I think you could get half of the skills max in it.
yeah, I think, and we stumbled across another game that kind of sets the bar, but like the open world like ideal has like revolved around The Witcher at this point. The Witcher
Yeah,
3.
it is
specifically The Witcher
like,
3.
For better or for worse, The Witcher 3 right now is still one of the best, if not still the best implementation of an open world game, RPG
story-driven.
of its
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. For sure.
It's just amazing. It's well done, well crafted story, great world building, great mechanics. It is the implementation of that people should try to meet. It is so difficult to meet that, by the way, that like even Cyberpunk had difficulties coming close.
well, and this is one of those things that a lot of games take for granted that I often argue is that if you want a good story, you start with a book. And guess what? The Witcher has a really
It's a
good book
book.
series.
It's true. It's true. I
They-
haven't read any of it.
They've been doing it with
It's-
movies for years. They take good books and they make a movie.
And
You
they
got to start doing
ruin
the
it,
same thing with
Anthony.
video games if you want to put stories in it.
That's
Could you
fair.
imagine like
Well, this is why
What you could do with
George
that?
R. They're hiring like George R. R. Martin, R.A. Salvatore, and these other authors
To write for
to
'em, yeah.
write some of these large games. This is why
What's one for RA? forget.
that was The Reckoning, Kingdoms of
Kingdoms of Amalur. That
Kingdoms
was,
of Amalur.
God, I loved that game.
Very
It
good
wasn't. It was not good, Eric. It's okay. You
It
can
was
say,
very
"Oh,
pretty.
No. The story was
The
amazing.
story was good. The story
The
was good.
gameplay was flawed.
ass.
I actually really loved the
Gameplay was
gameplay.
flawed.
I played the shit out of that game.
It is fun at a surface level, Anthony, and I
Yeah.
think for the first like 20 hours you'll enjoy it. But
I
it's
played
like
it
an
for like
80-hour
4
game.
It's
hours.
so long, dude.
The first 4 hours of
played it
gameplay are amazing.
All the way through.
But if you play all the way through, once you get about 25 to 30% through the game,
You're over it, man.
you start to find a lot of just flaws, and there's a lot of just tedious weird shit you gotta like. It's like it feels like you're doing a Spartan race where you have all of these cool things that you want to do, but you're trudging through 4-foot mud to get to the next obstacle,
It's true.
right?
Sounds like Dark
and-
Souls.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not wrong.
I happen to enjoy that part of Dark Souls, but you're not wrong. I
The amount of-
totally I understand that.
The tedium in Kingdoms of Amalur
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
to be downplayed. It is. It is not
yeah.
fun.
But the story for Kingdoms of Amalur is amazing. Still, to this day, that story is amazing.
It's
Ari's-
very
like
RA,
the world's
to
really
be
cool.
honest.
It's very RA.
Yeah.
It's very fun. Same thing with Elden Ring and having George R.R. Martin write the history for Elden Ring. Guess what? Elden Ring has the best history and the most
entirety of the
fleshed out
series,
story of all of the series.
Strange how that works
because
out, huh, guys?
They have an author writing it. Like, oh, of course. You know?
So this is my last little thing because I know that you guys are. Well, actually, no. You guys might actually have something other than RuneScape to speak about, so I might stick around. My last little thing. Hopefully, I will be beating Prince of Persia this week, and I'm moving to 9 Souls. It's got overwhelmingly positive on Steam. It's the only game that I have not seen anybody play. All the people that I watch stream or whatever, which is really not a lot, so don't like take my word at face value. But out of everybody that I've seen play video games, I've never seen anybody play this game, and it's got overwhelmingly positive. So I'm just like, what's
this is
going
an
on?
overwhelmingly positive review on
What's going
Steam.
on?
Wait, what game? I miss.
9 Souls.
Souls.
Oh,
It's a parry-based, Metroidvania-esque.
It's a
I'm guessing.
Metroidvania Souls-like.
Souls-like,
essentially.
yeah. And it's like, how could you have overwhelmingly positive and not everybody? I haven't seen one playthrough of it. Like, just scrolling through YouTube, it just boggles my mind. So I'm just like, I'm wondering what's going on.
It's very cute. It's very
It's
stylized,
dark, dude.
Yeah,
Because like the
but like
intro
art, from
video
an art
is-
style.
Yeah, man.
the intro video is crazy.
The art,
So when I was watching some of the trailer and playthroughs, it really gave off this feeling of what is it called? Man, I loved this game, and it's in a library somewhere.
anyways.
Anyway, but yeah, that's my next game. I think, unless like something wild comes out of the freaking ether. I've been watching the release with the Gamescom footage for Monster Hunter Wilds, and it's been fueling my day because every single time I see it, I'm just like, soon. I think I'm gonna learn how to actually play Charge Blade. I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Dude, Charge Blade is interesting.
Charge Blade is insane. Like they I won't go.
I
into
love
it.
playing
It
Charge
looks
Blade,
good.
but I never ever cared nor figured out blocking.
Dude, you need to like what you mean guard point?
Yeah, I just love going.
dude.
Whoa, boom! Everyone dies. Your tail has been severed.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony.
So satisfying. I mean, I tried to guard a few times, but I'm just like, I'll just roll. Like, I don't need to guard.
I mean, oh my God.
I still just love Insect Glaive.
Such a great game. Anyway, that was my thing. God, I know I still need to play Raven's Watch. It's downloaded on my PC, but from what I've heard, their 1.0 hasn't come out yet. So I'm kind of holding off until they drop it, and then I'm wanting to go in like fully wet, it's fully dry, so that I can like fully submerge. We'll see.
Nice.
So for me, I don't really have much to say about RuneScape. Like I played it while I was going through an online class,
Okay.
which was supposed to be 3 hours, and then it was like 8 hours. And that's, I mean, it's a fidget spinner. I got to see numbers go up, and it made going through that class way easier.
Nice.
So I appreciate it for that. But I agree, it's a dull game wise. I have played a very exciting new sequel to a game that I think maybe all of us have enjoyed and loved. Some people call it an expansion, but it's a sequel to World of Warcraft Legion.
Yeah.
I've been playing World of Warcraft: The War Within, which is finally talking about what we all cared about, which is what's going on with
It's
Azeroth, what the
Silithus.
Titan in the inside,
Yeah.
the freaking girl that came out of the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name, and it's so far so good. The dragon.
Shithkanath? No. What's the name of the
Zarathus?
dagger?
Zarathus?
No, the dagger.
Ash knows the name of the dagger.
Good.
It's on her
He
forearm.
has the tattoo.
Ash, you there? It's the name of the dagger. But yeah, the game's really great. Skywriting, the new way of flying your mount, is just so awesome and
From
engaging.
Dragonflight, you mean?
Zalatoth. Zalatoth.
Zalatoth,
Not
yeah.
Zarathith. Zalatoth.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, skywriting's really cool because it's like a little mini game that you play, and you can go like 700 something percent movement speed. It's insane how fast you can move.
Did you play any of Dragonflight?
No, I mean, I
you-
tried,
Okay, so
but
this is his first time into
I tried to play
skywriting.
Dragonflight, but I was like, this sucks.
Mm.
But yeah, the pre-patch event was a lot of fun. That's all I did not all I did this weekend. That's all within. I didn't pre-purchase the thing. I didn't get access.
Gotcha.
I didn't get early access. That's the word.
Gotcha.
So that's gonna end.
Ash can't remember how to spell it. Anyways, yeah, the pre-patch event was great. It's neat how like they're doing all these throwbacks and like making fun of different different things that has happened over time. Like they'll have like a Hogger event. They had a event where you're trying to find a boar liver because of a stupid ass quest where everyone's trying to find a boar liver. But like now it's everybody's trying to find the golden glorious gore liver, and when someone finally kills the thing that has it, it like rises into the sky and is this giant magnificent gore liver that someone finally found.
That's disgusting, and I hate it.
It's hilarious.
I bet it's funny.
It's
It's
freaking
just,
funny.
I hate it.
Magni is freaking salty as hell because his beloved Azeroth just freaking left him for the past several years and hasn't been talking to him. Just like,
Yeah,
you know,
'cause, like,
solid.
Last time we talked to her was
you know,
what Lich Blade of
it was
Wrath of the
Legion.
Lich King.
It was Legion.
Legion.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Legion.
It was Legion. So what they're doing is they're making fun of the fact that they did what BFA and then Shadows
Yeah.
and then Dragonflight, and we were all like in Legion, we're like, this is great story. What's next?
Where are we going?
Oh, we're not going anywhere with it. And it's just like, just throw
Well, I mean,
throw
now
something.
that,
Like,
now that Metzen is back, you know, we're actually
yeah.
What, Brett
gonna
Metzen?
get story.
Is it Brett?
Yeah. Oh,
Chris
and
Metzen.
it's funny because just the other day, like I think last podcast, we were talking about how World of Warcraft feels flat in terms of the mechanics. And in some cases, yes, in certain classes aren't as good as others. But I was playing on like a mage to level it up because the pre-patch was really great for leveling. And like spellcasters are really neat when they have like these procs and stuff, and it just feels like you're kind of dancing on the keyboard and trying to get certain things right, and it's like it's more engaging than I expected it to be. It was kind of like a rhythm game, which is awesome. And then even like I think even the paladin has gotten better. Paladin used to
heard
feel
good things.
really flat, but even that is more rhythm like. And then my favorite for the longest time has been the Demon Hunter, who is still fun, but I'm not sure if that one is going to be as engaging as the others. We'll find out. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's been good.
Yeah. I don't think that any other game on the market has my favorite mechanic of gaming that I've fallen in love with, and that is healing raids.
Eric, you have to let it go, my friend.
No other game on the market has ever done it justice. WoW's the only one that does it well.
Do you feel like
And-
there is a direct correlation to another activity that does the exact same thing? Or is it
No.
just healing in raids?
No, it's really the only one. I've tried out everything.
Oh.
I don't think there is any gaming experience that
I'm
is
sorry.
on par with healing and raids across the board.
So, well, on the other end of the spectrum, Ash just reminded me, because she was like, "Am I the tank now? Like, what the heck? Like, are you just abandoning me? Are you not my tank anymore?" She's
Dude,
been
I'm
playing
your
some
tank,
paladin
what the
stuff
fuck?
and whatnot. No, I've been. Now you're never around. I've been the tank forever. We try to get you to play WoW. We're not. I'm not even asking you to play WoW, because when I ask you, you're like, "Never! I will never play that game." So I'm not asking. I'm playing WoW. And
you
whenever
for
we
respecting
raid,
my
you need two
boundaries.
tanks, huh?
That's true. That's true. Wait, did we ever play with that? Never mind. Continue with your story.
Anyways,
Did we ever raid with Ash?
I think that tanking feels a little flatter in open world, generic, easy content, because tanking is really great in a raid or a dungeon when you have to save people's asses for being idiots or because they're in danger. And there's a lot of fun in that, like, as my demon hunter, oh, you over there are dying? I'm just going to turn into a freaking demon, leap across the room, land there in an instant, and save your ass. Like, that is a fun thing to do that doesn't happen as often in the open world. And then in the open world, it's fun to like pull a ton of things and not die. Like, you just feel like awesome.
It's true.
But like in the pre-patch event, when you have so many people as a tank, you're just not scared of anything, and it's just it becomes a little flat. But
I think in general, there are so many problems that I've had with WoW, and I've played every expansion. For anybody listening, I have gone back for almost every expansion.
Damn, Eric, you're down bad, dude.
I mean, I am telling you, there is no other game that does healing or does it's not like it's healing in raids in WoW is the most fun mechanic in gaming for me, full stop, ever done, and no other game has even come close to mimicking that level of gameplay.
What
to me.
level of this is nostalgia and what level of this is actual gameplay? Because I can agree.
No, there is no nostalgia, Nat. I have played this so much. I've done this so much. I've tried so many other games. I have rated top level at multiple MMOs. I've tried other different things. EverQuest, which I have more nostalgia for, does not give me the same gameplay mechanic feeling that healing from WoW does. Like,
so
and I love EverQuest, and
I
have
must
nostalgia.
share this because Eric has said this many a time throughout the years, and I have never understood it until we were playing. I think it was World of Warcraft Classic, but not Classic. It's a
Seasons
remake.
of Discovery.
Seasons of Discovery. Because of Seasons of Discovery, Eric taught me how he heals, and he specifically heals with a required add-on. This is not natural in-game healing, and it is far better than in-game healing because you have like a
Frames?
you have a
Yeah,
grid.
it's
like a
click.
it's like a puzzle solving DDR like rhythm game thing that you turn it into, because you've got like all of the buttons on your mouse, like every button is on your mouse, and you put your mouse over a person and you click, but you don't just click, maybe you mouse click or right click or thumb click or this click, and whatever click you do does a thing. And so it's
Specifically
like,
for your
and so
spell.
you're going like really fast, like, I'm keeping everybody alive. Oh, I gotta dodge that because I'm about to die. Like, it is so much better than the natural way of playing it that I can't believe that it's not like,
The way that you do it.
yeah.
And
That's super interesting.
most people who raid like seriously do it the exact same way. Like, you have to do it this way to get to a certain level. Anybody who's not doing this way just is not as good a healer. And it's
Because
no
what you need to you have to maintain all movement and or mechanic wise movement on your left hand, and you have to do all forms of healing and or maintenance on your right hand.
and a combination, because like no matter what kind of mouse you have, healing in WoW requires different scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have magic cleansing, you're gonna have
Yeah, you
your
have
quick
to-
heals. So I had different modifiers that I would press, and I'd have different essentially layers of keyboard
Dude.
presses that would determine which heal that I use
Eric's
or
the
which
goat, guys.
type
Eric's
that
the
I do.
fucking Goat.
and then I would have different identifiers and color coding
Man.
and all of these things. So my screen will sit there and I'll have my grid of people and there will be different colors showing up. I know what every color means. I have different timers for each of those different colors.
Jeez.
I know when debuffs are going to go off. I know when the buffs are going to happen. I know if my tank used shield wall. I know how long that shield wall is going to last. You know, you memorize all these things, you learn all these things. And in my head, I'm keeping track of all of that and playing the mechanics.
What does
And-
baby Eric look like in this? Like, what does baby MMO Eric look like in this? Like, because
I did this.
I can't
I have
assume
d-
that
I-
Can
you
you-
jumped into this and you were like, oh yeah.
Dude, can
I
you
did
imagine
this
how
with
much harder it
you.
was? Because he
Yeah,
used to have
yeah.
every single level of like flash of heal and the different mana
Oh,
types
yeah.
to choose
Back in
between.
the day, it was even difficult.
You know what I mean?
And I would do each one, and depending on how long the fight was and how much I had to reserve my mana, like this was why. So classic WoW had pretty cool rating, in my opinion, and a lot of people like it better because the 40 mans are very unique.
True.
However, my favorite raids were all in
Burning.
Burning Crusade.
Yeah, man.
And Burning Crusade, you had all of the different levels. So I would have different modifiers and all of those types of things on top of the normal ones or the spell level down that I'm using, depending on how much mana I need to conserve. So like if you're not going to get hit for a while crazy, I'm going to use, rank
Layer 1.
4 instead of rank
Yeah.
5.
Man.
Stuff like that.
One of the nicest.
I will say that Burning Crusade rating, well, rating in general, because that was my first rating experience, but like rating in general was like, there's nothing like going through an encounter knowing that if you fuck up, it's over.
At rating, and here's the thing, in
Yeah, I think that's what I
WoW
was thinking.
especially back then. Now it's different, right? Here's the thing. A lot of people are going to be like, it is 100% harder now. And I agree. If you're looking at mythic rating now is just ridiculously more complicated than it used to be. I concede. You're entirely right. But there was something extremely special about how rating was done then, without all of the add-ons, without all of the capabilities that you had now.
True.
Where it was just more intense in some cases.
You could look at the Vosh fight and literally like make it a direct correlation. There was,
Yeah,
that
how
was the-
how long did it take us to do Vosh again? It took us like
months.
3 months
Yeah, months.
weekly between me, you, and because I think it was just me, you, Monkey, and Patrick who joined
Yeah.
Last Bank or whatever that
Oh,
freaking guild
God,
was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, with that crazy asshole guild leader, it was like yelling at people.
Dude, that was so stressful.
That
I
was so
hated that
stressful.
So much.
But we did beat Lady Vosh. And then once we beat Lady Vosh, everybody was like, "Nah, fuck this guy, I'm
Out
out."
of this.
And we
Yeah.
left. And a lot of people stopped playing. Me and Patrick ended up joining RF. What was it? Resistance is futile.
RIF.
RIF.
Yeah.
And so we did RIF, and we did the rest of them. Beat out Black Temple.
Like, Tempest
and
Keep
then,
and then Black Temple. Yeah.
yeah,
I remember jumping in on one of those. I think.
To be
We
fair,
did
there
make
were
it.
only like 10 guilds in the world that beat Sunwell before like
Bro,
expansion.
Sunwell was another fucking level though.
I
Let's
made
be-
it to
for the time.
the 4th or 5th boss before they ended up the expansion came out.
Bruh. What a time to be alive, guys. What
Yeah.
a time to be in the video games spectrum. I know that I give WoW a lot of hate just because I look back at the time and I would never trade it.
Yeah.
I would never trade it, but I also look at it and look at where it's at now, and I'm like, you've completely invalidated.
It's
any form of
definitely
experience
not
that I've
this.
made.
It's definitely not the same.
No,
I'm not saying there aren't things that are great about it still, or things that are better even in some cases, but it isn't the same.
yeah, and I think that makes a direct line towards like who you were playing with and like the time that it was like the time that it was alive. Like WoW was like an electric topic. You could say it's around anybody who was gaming and they knew exactly what you were talking about. And there was a certain level of like gravitas to it. Not like, oh, you're special over somebody, but like more so like, oh, you're playing WoW. I know exactly what you're into right now.
WoW was so big a topic at that point in time that there are arguments that I have watched on YouTube saying that South Park is only able to still release episodes because of how well the World of Warcraft
That
South Park
went
episode
really well.
did, right? Like, because South Park was on the downtrend at that point in its life.
Really?
And apparently the views weren't really doing, the ratings weren't, they released that episode and it almost single-handedly turned around South Park at that point in time.
I just can't
there's a really
believe
good YouTube video
that the
talking about
dude in that episode is Thor's
real
dad.
Yeah.
And he's gonna start
That's crazy.
streaming and he's gonna start answering people's questions about
That's
like stuff
cool.
that happened back in the
No,
day.
he's not.
He is. He's just like waiting
That's
on
awesome.
like a computer or
Oh
internet
my
or
God,
something
he
like
doesn't
that.
need to wait on a good computer. He's waiting for like the best time to come in. Like, you
Yeah.
can't tell me that his son isn't willing to buy him a freaking PC for him to go ahead and run this. Nah, dude.
Like, well, I mean,
Oh,
I could be wrong. Don't take what I said. There's a reason he hasn't started yet. He's been meaning to do it. I don't know what it was.
For sure.
Yeah, but you know,
Good old days,
you're talking about hating on World of Warcraft, but I mean, people just hate the things that they love the most.
It's true. It's true. I will concede that there is a part of me that will always love that portion of my memories. Like there is a very core part of me that has been built on late nights playing in Karazhan. Like that was what I did on the weekends. Because
and then
like
we'd be on a horse boss and you'd leave.
and I
an
would
hour.
leave. Like, look, let's not talk about this. Every single time it comes up, you always bring it up as if like it just changed. Like I get it, I fucked up. Okay,
That was wild. That was
it's
hilarious.
such a wild time. Oh my god. But like yeah, like there's an element to it where I can literally pull myself back to the time and place where WoW was the light of my life. Like I was dating somebody at the time and it was the light of my life. Like
Interesting.
to be fair, that person was not great and neither was the person before them. So it's not really an issue, but I have some really great core memories based around WoW, and I have great friends because of it, and I honestly feel as if I have great teamwork skills because of it.
Yeah.
So I can't say that it has not bettered my life. The only thing that I can say is that the game that exists now does not directly correlate to where I wish it was from my youth. And that's not a mark against the game. It's just that my time in the game, I feel has passed. I don't know if I am the marketable demographic anymore for that game, which is fine. Like I got what I wanted from that game. I have a ton of memories from that game that I will go back to. It makes me super sad thinking about it now, though. Like the way that I'm speaking about it now, I'm like, but I miss it. I miss that, you know.
Hey,
So
like
come
I said,
play.
There is
I
nothing.
can't, man.
There is
can't.
nothing that does healing the same.
The
and
reason
it is
you
a
the reason you
shame.
can is because they've literally designed the game for people like us who have no time to play the game.
I shut up, Anthony.
That's
Don't-
literally why
don't
it's so
do this.
different.
That is very
Don't
true.
It's
do
so.
this.
I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
If we,
We
get
all
off this
wish.
podcast, and I swear to God, if I download one of the
We
podcasts,
all wish.
I'm gonna stab you in the
Wait,
foot.
I mean, I remember you watching BlizzCon and being ready to play.
Well, yeah,
I
Chris Metzen
apparently
came back.
I was
bought
I
it
was, I
in
was, that's
November. I didn't even realize I had bought it in November, and so did my
We're
wife.
like, Chris Metzen.
true. Why?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the sad but good thing. I mean, it's incredible that they have WoW Classic for people that have the time to actually go and do that. That's cool. But for those of us that don't, they have done an incredible job of making it accessible. And then still having like apparently challenges in mythic rating and stuff for people that want that and can do that.
Yep.
It's impressive and it's beautiful.
You get this one expansion from me, Anthony. I will level up Pickle Juice.
Hell
I
yeah.
will take him to max level.
Hell yeah.
And if I don't feel it, I will punch you in the dick next time I see you.
I will be hard and ready.
Oh my gosh.
I take it all back. I don't want to do it anymore. Oh God.
Well, I guess we're logging back in at some point.
Fucking hell.
Okay, here's
What
the only
happened to me,
here's
guys?
the only thing I have to say.
Do I get the heroic or the epic edition?
B is
I
out of
I
town
got
this
I got the
weekend.
base edition. I got the base edition.
You got the base edition. I, guess
I didn't
got
I didn't
the
spend the
collection
extra.
then. I think I
Guys.
need to get boosted to 70 because I think Pickle is like 60.
They all
B
come
is
with a
out
boost.
of town this weekend.
I think they all
I
come
have
out.
the whole weekend.
You know who's in town this weekend? My mother-in-law. Yeah. Can't wait.
Damn.
No,
Feels
I'm
right,
excited.
man.
What?
I'll be raiding before you're done.
Wow. Eric, what the
And you
fuck?
know that's true.
See, I
so
actually
excited.
You started early to give yourself a
No,
head
I
start.
legitimately considered. I had a lot of mental
Stupid,
debate on
stupid.
whether or not I was going to bring up World of Warcraft today so that I could get a further head start.
Stupid. Okay, basically.
you were like the
You
minute
knew
I
what was gonna happen.
Well, Nat, he knew the minute he said I'm trying it out and it's pretty good. In his head he was
No,
like Eric's
no.
gonna start playing it. It's gonna be about 5 days before he's way too far ahead of
See,
me.
this is if I was
Oh, yeah.
smarter, I would have bought the like full blown out edition so I could have played the expansion. But right now I just have like 5 or 6 level 70s because the pre-patch event was stupid for experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, but it was fun.
I feel like such a shill right now.
I mean,
worst.
if it wasn't for World of Warcraft, we wouldn't be on this podcast.
It's true. Oh my god, it's so true.
The first time we met Nat in real life, he made my arm fall off. Because he was like,
Bro.
"You're real!" Boom! And he's way bigger than me.
Guys,
He is strong man.
guys, these guys got me through a lot. These guys got me through a lot. Oh my god.
Hey,
When they
Gotta do what
showed
we
up,
gotta
I was
do.
like, oh, okay. I guess I can keep doing this. Ugh.
We're real people, not just
My
AI.
account literally says Cujo Thunder. Oh my god.
What? Is that like that's like your login? You're not supposed to
That's
share
my-
that.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm just kidding. Just make sure you have a good password.
Oh no, I have a really good password. Yeah, everything's. It still thinks I live in Kingwood, dude.
that's funny.
Oh, but the game actually just came out tonight, like 6
came
o'clock
out tonight.
EST. Officially, War Within released at 6.
You are surgical.
It
We
is
didn't even talk about this.
insane.
We didn't even talk about this. What are you doing?
Absolutely diabolical.
But yeah,
I hate both of you.
pre-release was like Thursday or Friday for people that spent like 40, 45 bucks to do that.
Good lord.
I think you had to spend 40,
I'm
45
not gonna
bucks.
do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Actually, you know what?
Okay,
It might have been only 20 bucks. But
Insane.
then the like next tier gives you like a month of access, which is $15, and it's $20 more. So it's like, okay, so I pay another $5.
All right, it's done.
Nice.
I'm downloading it.
Hell yeah.
How dare you guys make me reminisce? How dare you?
I think you did that all on your own.
We're ending the podcast S tier.
No,
You don't
no,
get to
no!
talk
I
about
didn't even
anything
get to go.
else.
Nat,
No.
Nat. We gotta
No.
talk about the new release.
Okay, what's the new release?
Have y'all looked into or played or gotten to watch anybody play yet? Black Myth. It's
Oh,
like
Wukong?
the
No.
talk of
Yeah, you're right.
the gaming industry right now.
I've stopped myself from watching because people are saying that it's the the God of War of this year, and I was like, oh,
it
I
is
guess that means
it
I
is the
haven't
first
done
AAA release we've had in like 10 years that is overwhelmingly positive at 400,000 reviews.
Oh no, it's too expensive. I won't play it.
yeah, it's very expensive.
It's very expensive. But this
It's
is
just like-
this is a
I
AAA
have, like,
overly
I don't know. I have like an aversion to like AAA,
I mean-
like nowadays.
Look, I'm with you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there has been no other AAA release to get an overwhelmingly positive on Steam like this.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I was curious if y'all had watched anybody play it yet or seen anything about it.
Never even heard of it.
It is, so it is done by a Chinese developer, and there has been a lot of interesting press about it. But the minute it came out, all bad press disappeared instantly behind this might be the best game of the year.
It definitely looks
So-
like a good game to try out a brand new amazing gaming PC on.
It looks gorgeous, Nat. It looks gorgeous.
Am I the guy?
Nat, have you seen the wolf animation? The
Out
wolf
of all
boss?
of these
It
people,
looks so
I'm the
dope.
only one who definitely does not stream.
Nat,
But I guess I'll get
I'm
on
playing off a laptop, my guy.
it. I mean,
It might blow up if I try to play this game. However, overwhelmingly positive. It looks, everything that I've seen looks gorgeous. The gameplay looks visceral and fun. It looks
See,
like
thanks to
Pretty cool.
past me buying World of Warcraft in November, future me will probably play this game when it's half off for $30.
oh yeah.
guys, how am I gonna study with this game?
Which one?
Any of them. Any of them.
It's fair.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, Black Myth Wukong looks insane. I did not watch Asmongold or Afro Senju on either of these because I was like, I have a feeling I'm probably gonna play this game at some point in time. So
Agreed. I like Black Myth looks right up my alley. I think my
Yeah.
only concern is whether or not I'll be able to play it on PC, which means I might be doing it on PS5, and I don't.
it might be a good idea.
And then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know when I'll
Recommended
get a
minimum
new-
RTX 2060.
I know.
Good thing I got a 4070
man.
baby.
Yeah. But Black Myth Wukong looks really cool. The new World of
Okay.
Warcraft expansion, I've heard good things, not
How
just from
dare you, Anthony?
Anthony, but others as well. I have been on that kick thinking about healing recently, and I'm like, I wish there was another game, but I promise you there isn't, unfortunately. And it is my favorite mechanic, so as I said, it's really easy to convince me to go back for a little bit because
I
I'm
guess
like,
we're going back.
outside of that, this week has been mostly RuneScape. I'm sitting around. I think I've broken the 1,000 point threshold. I am working on some cool new gear and working on questing and achievements, and they've all been super interesting. And I'm getting geared up so I can do some bosses.
I did this.
Cool stack.
I did this
Bosses.
stupid thing in RuneScape where you're like stealing from the Monster Hunter Association, the MHA, and they all wear like pink outfits. And I was just like only supposed to be there until I found a rusty sword apparently, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of want to look like they do. So I just kept robbing them until eventually I had all their garb, and I put it all on. I'm
man.
like, yeah, look at me.
If only you had waited just a little bit. So that 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 quest kind of leads you down, and then you end up going back there for more. The minute you get another quest, the drop rate for that armor increases like 10 times.
That's fine.
Because
I don't.
you need
This is the
two
thing.
sets of it for
This
the
is the thing
quest.
for me with RuneScape. It's all about running. It's all about how much repetitiveness can I get out of it. Because I only will play it while I'm doing something else. I'm waiting for this stupid timer to run out for this course so that I can freaking go to the next timer. I'm gonna rob some people.
Bro,
Nice.
guys, I didn't hear anything you just said. I've just been thinking, okay, is a warrior actually viable for raiding?
Warrior is one of the top 6 on
Of course
someone's
it is.
list of just
course it is.
fun, good classes.
I just remember not having a great time leveling, but I know that they've made a lot of changes.
What
to
level is your
that, so-
warrior? Leveling's way better now.
Anthony, the last time I played a warrior, I'm pretty sure I didn't know my wife.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's level 10.
No.
It's level 43.
The last thing, I think the last thing I played was Cataclysm. No, wait, not Cataclysm.
You didn't play Legion?
Ada?
Cataclysm. Yeah.
You played Legion.
No, I played Legion. You're right.
Okay, I was
So
gonna
last thing I
say.
played was Legion.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And after Legion was BFA,
Mm-hmm. I played BFA too.
and then Shadows. The
Shadowlands.
I didn't play
Lands.
Shadowlands.
That's okay. That's good.
Shadowlands was meh.
It was terrible.
I heard.
They had so much time gating. That's what got me out of it immediately.
Dragonflight was fun, but
Heard that was
like
bad.
comical
Yeah.
in some other ways. Like the gameplay for Dragonflight, I felt was pretty fun, but like it was just so
Story-wise,
Oh,
didn't make any sense.
be
comical.
warned. Be
It was
warned.
weird.
When you log in, I don't know if it happens when you log in the first time, but when I logged in after getting to level like 68 or 70, a new cinematic started that I accidentally skipped, and you can't get back to it unless you go to YouTube.
So don't skip. Got it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but there are some really good
But they
like
have like
play
an auto
movie.
skip to 70. So like, why would I need to do that? But they have an auto skip to 70. So why would I do that?
Do what?
Luckily, I did
They
all
give
my
you an auto
Dragonflight
level
raids.
to like 70. So why would I skip the playlist if it's not gonna play immediately as I log in with the character that's already 70?
Oh, because I'm dumb and I accidentally pushed escape.
Heard, Chef. Heard.
Behind.
Behind.
No,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, good podcast, guys.
Yeah, good podcast.
Good podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Audience, we'll see you in the next one.
But if you want to stick
Peace.
around for the post show, we don't have to do that.
Hey, at some
We don't have to do
point-
that.
At some point in time, we will
Some
get there.
point, we'll get to the post show.
At some point in time, but I believe we have
No, this is
come
good.
to the end of our
Yeah, yeah.
rip.
If
Thank
y'all
you
want a
for
post
joining us
show,
on this
ask
one.
for it.
Yeah,
And
Put
you'll
us down
get
in
it.
the comments. Tell me I should do
said.
more work
You
on
want-
the Patreon.
You want to hear about cows? I'll tell you about cows. I'll tell you.
Dude, I really don't want to hear about.
Not
cows.
right
Please
now.
don't
No, they have to
me
ask
about
for it.
cows.
They have to ask for it.
No.
They have to ask for it. You want to hear
Thank you
about the
guys.
shattered glass? Ask for it. I'll tell you about it.
Ask for it.
Ask
Ask and
for
you
it.
shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive.
There it is.
Okay. Catch y'all on the next one.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.